What's going on, guys? Mr. Bropo here, bringing you another action figure review on the Arkham Origins Killer Croc action figure. Like I said in my last video, guys, I wanted to bring this review to you because this figure is just so freaking awesome. Just all around amazing piece, and I bought him for $25, which is what he was at for retail. He's going about double that on the aftermarket. So we're just gonna go ahead and get into the review. We're gonna take a look at him here. So first impressions, man. You gotta give props to Gentle Giant Studios. These are the guys that they made the old school Marvel Legends, and they've done tons of other work. And they made this guy and sculpted this guy, and I'm pretty sure other Arkham figures as well. Good lord, he is huge. He's about 10 inches tall. He's a really big. Compare him with the Batman figure I have. He's not an Arkham figure, but close enough. Not really close enough, but I mean, this is the only Batman I really have, and it's probably one of my favorite Batman variations is Michael Keaton's Batman. So as a size compare, I mean, he's a 7-inch figure. He's not a small action figure by any means. So I mean, it just shows you the sheer mass of plastic that this guy is. So I mean, overall paint detail is really great. He's got like pinstripes on his pants. That all came out clean. His freaking toenails are painted and the wraps around them. Everything's clean there. He's got like some black wash and like the ripped overall or suspenders things that are just drooping down over his legs. This is a very flexible piece, so it will not get into the way of any articulation, which we'll get into in just a second here. They actually painted inside the joints here, which is nice, and sculpted in here, which is, I mean, incredible. If I can get it to focus. Hold on one second. I think you can kind of tell if it'll. I don't know why it doesn't like to focus when I want it to focus. But you can see it. You can see it. His back has a ridiculous amount of shading and black wash going on, and just overall incredible sculpt and paint detail. Really crocodile skin like. He's got around the wraps around his hands and stuff. He has some like old blood from what it looks like. It looks pretty spot on. I mean, it looks like really old blood splattered on there. He's got like his hands are sculpted. The only thing I wish they would have given us alternate hands, but I mean, this for $25. I mean, this is a lot, you know. The box was huge. I mean, this guy is just huge, and we'll get into the articulation is another thing that makes it worth it. Because I would have liked to get some fisted hands, but we got some grabby hands for like some choking and holding Batman up and whatever, which is pretty nice too. I wish the fingers were a little more spread out. Mine's are a little like kind of closed. This one's pretty good. This one is a little bit closed, so maybe I have to heat it up with like a blow dryer or whatever. So articulation-wise, head moves all the way around, no problems. It kind of is on an angle though, so but you can kind of maneuver it a little bit. So he looks down a decent amount and looks up a decent amount too. He looks about a little above. It's not straightforward. I think that's straightforward, and he looks up a tiny little bit more. The shoulders are on standard ball hinge joints. They only move about that much outwards, but it's understandable with considering this huge sculpt, this massive just plastic shoulder piece is huge. So it moves out about that much, which is pretty good. Moves down about that much, all the way around perfectly fine. Bicep swivel, single jointed hinge at the elbow, which actually works quite well. Hinge and swivel all the way around, perfectly fine. Pretty nice ab crunch. This is him regularly, and it goes in about that far, which is nice. Then it moves in about that far back, so that's pretty good. A waist twist, perfectly fine. Legs move that much forward, which is nice. It moves that much back, which is really nice. And he even can do splits, which is incredible. And the gaping DC Collectibles crotch pits aren't that bad on this guy, honestly. I mean, you gotta give it to him for being such a bulky figure and just having that articulation. So, single jointed knee, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's not, I don't know, it's a little bit lackluster in certain regards. But it has a swivel there, which is nice. It also has some pretty good ankle articulation. It moves down that much. Doesn't really move forward too much. I've been trying to get it to move forward, and I can get it kind of moving forward sometimes, but not all the time. And it does have a pretty nice ankle pivot. So, for such a big, hunkin' piece of plastic, I mean, what you get in articulation is pretty incredible, man. I have not seen a piece this big with this good of articulation. He's pretty easy to stand. I've had so much fun posing him. I haven't been this happy with a purchase in a long time. I remember I looked, because I was on the market for some Arkham figures and some Batman stuff. I didn't have too many, and I wanted to sort of expand that, and this guy caught my eye because I remember seeing him at the comic book shop, Famous Faces and Funnies, my local comic book shop. Great people, but anyway, I remember seeing it there, so I went back and I saw it there. I was like, oh, that's cool. So then we left, but then I was like, let me call them to see how much they're going for, just to see if I might buy him. And I called them and they said, yeah, it's $25. They told me, like, it can't be more than 30. They looked, it's like, yeah, it's only $25. So we went, like, straight there at night and I picked him up for, like, $25. Like I mentioned in the previous video, which was a great pickup. Honestly, haven't had this much fun with a figure in a long time. It's great. If you can get your hand, check your local comic book shops if you want this guy. Just check him out. I don't know if they'll have him or not, but mine's had, one. This was the only one. Period. There's not a single other one that they have over there, just one. Pretty odd request when I called them, honestly, because it's such a specific thing to ask for, so I think they had to look in the back, but, it wasn't too big a deal. They told me politely, it's $25. So I went over there and purchased it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. There's not a lot to this figure in a way, even though there is a lot to this figure to review. I mean, the paint details, all that. He's an older figure, so I'm not expecting this to blow up in views or anything crazy like that, but I just wanted to get it out because it's such a cool figure. Like I said, $25, can't beat it, and he's such a fun figure to post for me personally. I don't have a figure this big in my collection. I mean, that actually fits in the scale of 7 inches, like a big person or a big character like this. So honestly, great stuff, man. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Make sure if you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and leave a comment with any feedback that you guys have and anything you want to see, whatever. Trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of the year, guys. Let's make it happen so we can do a giveaway, my second giveaway. So anyways, thanks so much for watching the review, and I'll see you next time.